who are political appointees.
Who is a political appointee? Because the publication said political appointees. Does it include ministers? Does it include CEOs? Does it include presidential staffers? So who are the political appointees? Are you just talking ministers or deputies, or ministers, deputies, CEOs?
Now, you're coming to save. Oh, Babe, say, mine no ebeku year. Yento for Emma saying, what do you echo rabbi no? Now, we name say we a politician. Who from whom politician? Now, we name say we a political appointee. And you are now coming to ask who is a political appointee? Hey. One reason why Ghanaians voted for His Excellency John Mahama and the NDC is because they promised to reset Ghana for a better Ghana. And ladies and gentlemen, currently news reaching the headquarters regarding the resetting Ghana for a better Ghana is that His Excellency John Mahama has cancelled payment for fuel allowances for government appointees, political appointees. Ladies and gentlemen, this particular video, we're going to look at it into details, how it is going to help Ghana. What is it at all? And John Mahama or patch. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let me take you through. Earlier today on Twitter, his spokesperson, Felix Ofosu, posted this letter on Twitter, and he titled it, President Mahama scraps fuel allowances or allocations to appointees. It was for in the letter, it says that President John Mahama has immediately directed the cancellation of payment of fuel allowances and allocation of fuel to all political appointees. It was for letter and end it down. But in the meantime, let me take you through into no letter no say and a political appointees. Se menu ye better say who are political appointees are MPs, ministers. Political space no both NPP MPs for one and omunyina a fuel nanka omudi coupon echo Air Force stations echo jiji fuel free egu mu say Ghana phone be a kasa hono ene John Mahama resetting no just or resetting ampa we na Shatta Wale ehwedin or say smiling mafia hey just say ono serepa so na just say or phone ho adwen pa. Now, ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency John Mahama, it is asking we ever to J. People have shared their opinions on it, and I want us to go and then look at some of the opinions on both sides. They share a year from the side of NPP 4 or more MPs for no any NDC, so more MPs for no NT. This is one of them. I'm going to start with the NDC for more opinion. Let's look at one of them on more opinion on that. Yeah, we'll talk more on this particular one.
I think it's a great idea. Do you know how many government vehicles we have? So many government vehicles, and I think it's setting a good example that they should buy their own fuel. I think that would be good for the nation, yes. But you see, they are private vehicles. Is it for the private vehicles, but not necessarily for the ministries? So if it's their private vehicles that they should, not private vehicles, but the vehicles that they use for business, and if it's cutting it off, I think that is good.
Won't this affect the operations of ministers in particular?
No, it will not. Why will it affect the operations of the minister?
If a minister is supposed to go around on an inspection tour and all that, is he supposed to do this from his own pocket?
Members of parliament, don't we go around? Some of the ministers, are they not members of parliament? And then they go around just like we do. And we, the members of parliament, we buy our own fuel. Nobody gives any member of parliament fuel allowance. No, we buy our own fuel. Whether coupons or whatever, we buy our own fuel. So you are a minister and then you are buying your own fuel. You are just sacrificing a little bit for the nation.
Okay, and so ladies and gentlemen, this is from Honorable Samuel Atta Mills. You get it? From the NDC. He's an MP, member of parliament for the NDC. And now let's go and look at another video. From this particular one, we are hearing a positive review. Or is it a review? We are hearing a positive thought on this particular one. Now let's go and look at the next video, which is an MP on the side of NPP, which is Sammy Awuku, Honorable Sammy Awuku. Let's go and listen to him.
If the president wants to really show that he's committed on this fuel allowance and the cutting down of fuel and scrapping of it, I'm challenging them to close down the fuel depot at the castle, and that's at Jubilee. Because with that, then that means they are no longer going to take the fuel for free. Number two, who is a political appointee? Because the publication said political appointees. Does it include ministers? Does it include CEOs? Does it include presidential staffers? So who are the political appointees? Are you just talking ministers or deputies, or ministers, deputies, CEOs? Again, I need clarification on what is the definition of the fuel allowance. Does it mean fuel for any political appointee? Or are they trying to say that the money that will be used to pay by these appointees, it will be refunded or they will be made to pay back? There's clarity on that we need. Then again, how much is being spent on these fuel allowances, so that after scrapping, how much savings are we making? So these are very serious questions that we need to ask. Let me ask a very interesting question. If the Minister for Communication drives from here to Adan or to Ningo Pram Pram to do government business, at the end of the day, is he returning the fuel the fuel that the state bought for that vehicle to get him to Adan or Ningo Pram Pram and back? Or there will be some way, somehow, there wouldn't be any fuel at all. So clearly, if you ask me, I think there are more questions to be asked with this particular directive.
Take a close look at these two opinions, and then let me know your thoughts in the comment section. But as for me, between these two is going to tell us, or this particular thing that His Excellency John Mahama has brought up is going to tell us those who are ready to serve Ghana. Yes, because as a politician who has been called into the political space, you have been called there to come and then serve Ghana. So in this case, we are going to see those who are ready to serve Ghana. And looking at these two opinions, one is saying that this is a good thing and it is going to help very well, because in your own card, saying in a buying a toma, obia will be sumo mine. You're coming to save, Uba say, mine ebeku year, yento for a mousing. Now, according to the letter that we read today, letter na appear aba eneno. He says that send ye be ya. Ye nyoma here to say hospitals are UBCC, to say Appointees UBCC near the adeno, it me ashe na ye that kind of, if you say buying food, because government or political appointees no also it imagine say would there in a month, just a month. Every appointee takes 1,000 cedis fuel. Imagine the amount of money I call into fuel allowance. A political appointees. Imagine. Meanwhile, this money can be used to cater for very important things like hospitals, roads, school feeding. It can be used to cater for that. And now we have someone who is now coming to ask us, say, in Ghanaians, say, who are political appointees. Now, who don't echo rabbi no. Now we name say we a politician. Who from who politician? Now we name say we a political appointee. And you are now coming to ask who is a political appointee. Hey. After now, bisa say, what kind of questions is that? Question Ben now will be saying, ladies and gentlemen. Again, earlier this year, when the Minister of Finance came up with the news that there's going to be energy levy, where per every liter of fuel you buy, there's going to be 1 cedi added to it. Energy sector. In a Ghana for say, if you say it looks like I say politicians for no because say politicians for no, they don't buy fuel. Say His Excellency John Mahama say political appointees full allowance are getting mamuno ye fuho sene be asasi kano bit me ebia peja on mine yenya obia or say and it doesn't make sense but levy 8 years ago was some years ago and now buying ejiji sika free a year a mere Ghanaian just saying you be deep only be no or the scacotune account ma ya no and no day it was okay. Ladies and gentlemen, for me, I'm in for this, and I'm very glad to say resetting Ghana no agenda no to say a boy juma ankasa, and I'm hoping say this one no sika umbebwa meet me at the apija Ghana. Ubisa say sika na umbenya no ekwahin, and ne dollar aba from no na sika no na ubi say ekwahin. When you were living a year 8 years ago, omo you free abai mu no eyi eka eda ho ene eka ne say just say, I don't want to talk much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a good thing, and I think it will help everybody. Ghana, just say, everybody in let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about this? Do you think this is something a bebwa? And now say, would you share M1? Me, I think say this will help because you see the way when it's time for election, the way people go to polling stations and then I think it will reduce because they know say certain benefits, some unnecessary benefits they are not going to get again. For you to come and tell us say me kune wintino and you want to mommy. I mean, come on. I think this will help. Those that are ready to serve Ghana and a better Ghana agenda and one sooner. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. But don't forget, the name still remains Naa. Kindly subscribe, like, comment, and then share. Tell someone about Naa Lartey TV. Watch other videos on Naa Lartey. Now it was your for that's essential. Bye bye.